If it's not important from the top level and if it's not being communicated at the top level, it's just not important to everybody in the organization. So it's got to start there. And another thing that we've, Al and I've met a couple times in preparation for this meeting, and one thing that we've talked about is incorporating it into new user onboarding. When you bring a new user onto your company, as you're onboarding them and you're going over, employee handbook and employee policies and what's approved and what's not approved, cyber should be part of that as well, right? Making sure that they're taking any necessary security education pieces that you're doing for your organization. That's another thing that's typically mandatory for cyber insurance. Do you have some way to educate your users about cyber threats? Are you doing some type of phishing simulation on a regular basis so your users know what to look for? But incorporating that as part of the new user onboarding so that users, as they come into the organization, you're really instilling that security culture right off the bat and telling them this is important to us. This is our business's data.
One of the biggest things about that is if the teams are aware, whether they pause before they click something, whether they understand that the CEO isn't asking for you to go out and get gift cards. There's ways, whether it's a small organization or a large organization, if you instill the awareness side of it, the education on phishing, smishing, social, physical threats that come into the organization. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they have a responsibility to make sure that the organization is taken care of. If the organization gets shut down due to a ransomware attack, that costs them their job. That costs them their opportunities to work. That could mean layoffs because of having to pay a ransomware.